In the previous video of infrared spectroscopy, I have dealt with simple harmonic oscillator. Now, in this video, I will switch to the real one, which is anharmonic oscillator. Real molecules do not obey the laws of simple harmonic motion. For very small compression and extension, the bond, however, behaves harmonic. But for large amplitudes, symmetry breaks and extent of extension is greater than the extent of compression. Since nucleus repulsion is heavier than nucleus electron attraction. So this red line diagram represents a simple harmonic oscillator, and this green line diagram, this parabolic potential, represents an anharmonic oscillator. Here you see, in case of simple harmonic oscillator, the extent of extension and compression are exactly equal in all the levels. Now this is an idealization. In reality, in case of real bonds, since when the bond compresses, it acts against the nucleus repulsion, which is much more severe than in case of extension, when it acts against the nucleus electron attraction. Since the force is different in the two cases, symmetry breaks. And for the same energy, here we have energy along this axis. For the same energy, the amount of compression that can be executed within a molecule is lesser than the amount of extension that can be executed. With same amount of energy, you can extend it more than you can compress it from the equilibrium position. This is the internuclear distance, and a time comes when, after further elongation, the atoms break apart, that is, the molecule suffers bond breakage. Now this potential, which is being represented in green line, is being fitted by a purely empirical expression to a very good approximation, which was given by Morse and is popularly known as the Morse potential or Morse function, which is given as E equals to dEq, that is the dissociation energy, 1 minus e to the power A into R equilibrium minus R whole square, where this A is the constant for a particular molecule which carries the signature of the molecule, and this dEq is the dissociation energy. Previously we have used E equals to half K Req minus R whole square, which was the parabolic potential, and it was for SHO, simple harmonic oscillator. And using this in the Schrodinger equation, we have solved and we have obtained the energy expression to be EV equals to V plus half nu bar oscillation, and here we have H, since it is joule second and it is per second, so it will give us joule, and this is the quantum number whose values were V equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now for enharmonic oscillator, we will use this potential in the potential term instead of this one, and upon solving this, what we will get, EV equals to V plus half H nu. Let us use the symbol nu E in case of enharmonic oscillator instead of nu oscillation, which was for the simple harmonic oscillator, minus V plus half squared H nu E, and it is multiplied by Xe. Now this nu E is the oscillation frequency of the enharmonic oscillator. Our next job is to convert it to wave number. So we will divide this by Hc, that will give us V plus half. This is the quantum number. H will cancel out, and nu E by C, that will be wave number. So it will be nu E bar minus V plus half squared nu E bar Xe. This is the energy expression in terms of wave number, and this nu E bar will be then the frequency of the enharmonic oscillator in terms of wave number, and Xc is the enharmonicity constant. It will carry a small positive value. If we compare this energy expression with that of simple harmonic oscillator, we will see that there is an additional term here, V plus half whole squared, and it is nu E bar, that is oscillation frequency, and Xe. So the energy levels will crowd more closely together as we go up. So with increase in V, this is the negative term, since this is positive, and this is squared, so it is also positive. So a positive term is getting subtracted from this value, and it is equivalent to that of the simple harmonic oscillator. So, and another thing is that this term is getting important with increase in the value of this quantum number. So with increase in V, what happens? The energy levels are getting more crowded, and here you can notice that the gap is decreasing, the energy levels are coming down. However, the diagram is not to scale, so it is not that clear. At this point, it is worth mentioning that the energy expression obtained for enharmonic oscillator is an approximation, since the Morse potential that is being used in the Schrodinger equation to find out the energy expression was also an approximation. Now if the actual energy expression is obtained, what we will get is that the cubic and quadric terms will accompany this expression in addition to this linear term and the squared term, and that will be associated, and those cubic and quadric terms will be associated with corresponding enharmonicity constants Ye and Jd and so on. But to a very good approximation, we can ignore them, since those are important only when V is very, very high, and when V is very, very high, system has a very high temperature, and at that temperature spectrophotometric experiment cannot be carried out. So to a very good approximation, we can ignore them, and for enharmonic oscillator, only this term will give us necessary information. Now we will rearrange this equation by taking V plus half common. So we take nu e bar, and here we will take out V plus half. So what we will have here, we will get 1 minus, here it will be V plus half, and it will be Xe. We have done it to compare with the energy expression of the simple harmonic oscillator. This is 1, it is for enharmonic oscillator, and for harmonic oscillator it will be only V plus half. For simple harmonic oscillator. Comparing these two equations, we can write this V plus half cancels out. So nu bar oscillation equals to nu bar E, as if this expression is equivalent to this one, and V plus half is common. So nu bar oscillation equals to nu bar E into 1 minus V plus half Xe. Thus the enharmonic oscillator behaves like the harmonic oscillator, but with an oscillation frequency which decreases with increase in V. With increase in V, since this is positive, this will increase, and 1 minus this one, so the frequency will decrease. So two things, the frequency will decrease as the quantum number increases, and also the energy comes down, so the energy levels crowd more as V is increased. That is, the gap decreases. Try to think physically from intuition that why frequency of enharmonic oscillator decreases with increase in V. This is the mathematical proof that with increase in V, the oscillation frequency suffer a decrement. But why such phenomena occurs? Why frequency experience a decrease with increase in V? You have to explain it physically. This is your homework. Putting V equal to 0 in the expression of enharmonic oscillator, we get epsilon 0 equals to, we have nu E bar 1 minus, here we have V plus half, so it is 0 plus half into Xe, and again we have 0 plus half outside. So we will get nu E bar 1 minus Xe upon 2 into half. So we can write it here. So this is the 0 point energy of enharmonic oscillator. So what we get is that 0 point energy of enharmonic oscillator also differs from simple harmonic oscillator. Now, since the symmetry breaks, we have to reconsider the selection rule. Upon repeating the process with which selection rule is determined, the process is discussed earlier, the selection rule for anharmonic oscillator are determined and they are found to be del V equals to plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, so on. Unlike to that of simple harmonic oscillator where it was only del V equals to plus minus 1. For the transition from V equal to 1 to V equals to 2, knowledge regarding population at the initial level V equals to 1 is necessary. For this, we take the help of Boltzmann distribution n1 upon n0, so it will be exponential minus epsilon 1 upon kt by summation over exponential minus epsilon I upon kt over summation over all the levels, and here we have exponential minus epsilon 0 upon kt. For here it is for V equals to 1, here it is for V equals to 0, and summation over exponential over all the levels. So these two will cancel out and this will come to the numerator. So it will be exponential epsilon 0 minus epsilon 1 upon kt. In case of rotational transition, we have obtained that we have seen that the spacing is of the order of 10 centimeter inverse, and I have discussed already that the vibrational spacing is of the order of 10 to the power 3 centimeter inverse. We will experience it soon. So we will put here 10 to the power 3. This is the spacing between the first excited state and the ground state. So we will put here 10 to the power 3. Now here it is ground state minus excited state. So it will be negative. Now it is in centimeter inverse. So we have to multiply it with Hc to take it to the energy dimension, since here we have energy kT. So it will be e to the power minus 10 to the power 3 centimeter inverse. Now H is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second into C is 2.998 into 10 to the power 10 centimeter per second. Here we have K, so it will be R upon Na, 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin upon Na means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 per mole. The whole thing is in power of exponential. Here we have T, let us consider 27 degree centigrade, normal temperature. So it will be 300 Kelvin. Now this joule and joule will cancel, this mole inverse and mole inverse will cancel, this Kelvin inverse and Kelvin will cancel, centimeter and centimeter inverse will cancel, second and second inverse will cancel. The expression within the parenthesis of exponential or logarithm must be dimensionless, and you have to be very careful while dealing such problems. Look, one thing, I have mixed CGS and SI units. This is because I knew that this joule from the universal gas constant and this joule from the Planck's constant will cancel each other. So, if you do not write the units, then there will be problem and you will not get the exact result. So, alongside putting the magnitudes, don't forget to write the units. Now, this is dimensionless, so you have to calculate the remaining thing. And another thing, don't put the powers in calculator. This may lead to wrong result. Now, upon simplifying this, you will get minus 10 to the power, here it is 3, it is minus 34, it is plus 10, and this 10 to the power 23, it will come here, so it will be plus 23. What is left? It is 6.626 into 2.998 into 6.022 and it will be divided by 8.314 into 300. So, it will give us e to the power minus 4.796 equals to 0.00826. That is N1 upon N0 equals to 0.82%. That is less than 1%. So the population in the first excited state is less than 1% of the population of the ground state, which indicates that the transition from vehicles to 1 to vehicles to 2 or vehicles to 1 to vehicles to 3, since this is allowed plus minus 2, or vehicles to 1 to vehicles to 4, that is starting from vehicles to 1, will be of 1% of the intensity compared to the transitions that will start from vehicle to 0 and will land on 1 or 2 or 3. This intensity will be greater, much greater, and this intensity will be 1% of this intensity, and there is every chance of getting this intensity to lose in the noise. So what is the summary of such problem is that we can ignore the transition from vehicles to 1, that starts from vehicles to 1. To 2 it is allowed, to 3 it is also allowed, here it is plus 1, here it is plus 2, it is allowed, to 4 plus 3 it is also allowed. But since the population, initial population at the first excited state is very low, we can ignore it to a very good approximation. So what we will do? We will concentrate upon the transitions that will start from vehicles to 0. We will consider vehicle to 0 to vehicle to 1, it is plus 1, hence allowed. To 2, it is plus 2, allowed. To 3, it is plus 3, allowed. The energy expression was epsilon V equals to V plus half nu E bar minus V plus half squared nu E bar into XE. Now the first case, from vehicle to 0 to vehicle to 1. Del epsilon or nu bar spectroscopy equals to epsilon 1 minus epsilon 0. We intend to find the energy gap. So we have to put 1 here first, then 0 in the entire expression. So it will be 3 by 2 nu E bar minus 9 by 4 nu E bar xe minus half nu E bar plus 1 by 4 nu E bar xe. It will be nu E bar 3 by 2 minus half, and it will be minus 8 by 4. So 2 nu E bar xe, or nu bar spectroscopy equals to nu E bar. We take common, it will be into 1 minus 2xe. It is from 0 to 1. Next, from v equal to 0 to v equals to 2. So del epsilon equals to nu bar. It is from 0 to 2. It will be epsilon 2 minus epsilon 0. It will be 5 by 2 nu E bar minus 25 by 4 nu E bar xe minus half nu E bar plus 1 by 4 nu E bar xe. So 5 by 2 minus half, it will be 2 nu E bar minus 25, so it will be 24 by 4, it will be 6 nu E bar into xe. We take 2 nu E bar common, it will give us 1 minus 3 xe. In a similar way, nu bar 0 to 3 will be 3 nu E bar 1 minus 4 xe. Now the line near nu E bar is called the fundamental absorption, while those near 2 nu E bar and 3 nu E bar are called the first overtone, second overtone respectively. The enharmonic oscillator is having frequency nu E bar 1 minus xe by 2 in the ground state. It will prefer to interact with radiation having frequency almost equals to nu E bar, since this is very small. Hence, this transition is likely to occur. Make it clear. The enharmonic oscillator is oscillating with the frequency nu E bar into 1 minus xe upon 2. This is very small, so to a good approximation we can write it as nu E bar. So the enharmonic oscillator in the ground state, since the transition is starting from the ground state, we are considering the frequency in the ground state, and this frequency is nu E bar. So it will prefer to interact with electromagnetic radiation that will have the same frequency. Then only resonance will occur effectively. And see, for the transition from the ground state to the first excited state, it is demanding an energy which is almost equal to nu E bar. This is negligible since this is small. So only in this case of transition from 0 to 1, there is a chance of matching of the desired frequency and the frequency of the enharmonic oscillator. So this transition is more likely to occur. But in case of the transition from 0 to 2 or 0 to 3, it is demanding 2 nu E bar radiation. It is demanding 3 nu E bar radiation. But its frequency is nu E bar. Hence, owing to mismatch in frequency of the oscillator and the desired radiation, the overtone transitions from 0 to 2 and 0 to 3 will show very less intensity compared to the fundamental absorption. I will give you a homework at this point to make the topic clear. For HCl, the infrared lines have been observed and it is giving an intense absorption at 2886 centimeter inverse. A weaker one at 5668 centimeter inverse. A very weak signal at 8347 centimeter inverse. So from this data, you can easily say that this is nu E bar into 1 minus 2xe. Since this is intense one, it is the fundamental absorption. And it is the weaker one, so it will be 2 nu E bar into 1 minus 3xe. It is equation 1, this is equation 2. And this is the weakest among the three, so it will be 3 nu E bar. It is the second overtone, 1 minus 4xe. Equation 3. You have two variables and three equations. So very easily you will be able to find the values of nu E bar. Now determine it first. Now you know that nu E is 1 by 2 pi root over k by mu. Mu is the reduced mass and k is the force constant. Now nu E bar is 2 pi c or nu E bar squared, that will be 1 upon 4 pi square c square k by mu, or k will be 4 pi square nu E bar squared c square mu. You take this to the left hand side, so it will be 4 pi square nu bar squared c squared mu. Mu is the reduced mass of HCl, c is the velocity of electromagnetic radiation, that is light. Nu E bar, you will get it from the given data. Pi is known to you, so you will get the force constant of HCl molecule. Post it in the comment section, I will check. Now you can remember that few minutes ago I have ignored the transitions from vehicles to 1 to the excited states owing to very less initial population. If we wish to have the transition from vehicles to 1 to vehicles to 2 with considerable intensity so that we can differentiate the signal from noise, one option left to the experimentalist, to us, is to increase the temperature. Since the other option of decreasing the gap so that population will increase from 0 to 1 depends upon the system. So we can increase the population at V equals to 1 by only increasing the temperature. So here another homework. Repeat the problem of finding N1 upon N0 at 600 degrees centigrade or 300 degrees centigrade or a higher temperature of your choice. Better take it 600 Kelvin or 500 Kelvin instead of centigrade and find this value. You will notice that population will increase from 1% to 5 to 10% at this temperature. Now, when population at the first excited state becomes 10% of the population of ground state V equals to 0, then the signal will be 1/10 and then you can distinguish it from the noise. Now let us find the position. What will be the position? For this you have to find the energy gap. This is from 1 to 2, epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1. In a similar way you will be able to find it. It will be 5 by 2 nu E bar minus 3 by 2 nu E bar minus 25 by 4 nu E bar xe plus 9 by 4 nu E bar xe. So it will be nu E bar minus 4 nu E bar xe. Taking it common, we will have nu E bar into 1 minus 4 xe. Now let us plot all these 4 plots in the graph paper. This is nu bar. This is intensity. So it will be the position of nu E bar. Then it will be the position of 2 nu E bar. It will be the position of 3 nu E bar. The fundamental absorption will occur at nu E bar into 1 minus 2xe. So little lesser than this position. Since it is nu E bar into 1 minus 2xe, we will get it here. And with a considerable intensity, since frequency is matching and the population is high. So let this be the intensity. This is the peak. And in case of the first overtone, it will be further lesser since it is minus 3xe. 2 nu E bar into 1 minus 3xe. Here it is minus 2xe. So it will be further lesser. And intensity will be less since there is a mismatch in the frequency. Desired frequency is almost equals to 2 nu E bar, but the anharmonic oscillator is oscillating with frequency almost equal to nu E bar. Owing to this mismatch, intensity is getting reduced. Here it will be further shifted to the left since it is 3 nu E bar into 1 minus 4xe. So it will come here and it will experience a further lowering of intensity. So this is from 0 to 1, it is the fundamental absorption. It is from 0 to 2, it is the first overtone. It is from 0 to 3, it is the second overtone. Intensity is rapidly decreasing. Now this transition from 1 to 2, it is nu e bar into 1 minus 4xc. So it is further lesser in frequency than that of the fundamental absorption. Say here it will appear, so we will get it here 1 to 2. Now this 1 to 2 transition is called the hot band. Since high temperature is a criteria for such band to appear. If you don't increase the temperature of the system, then this line will not be distinguished from the noise. So its name is hot band. Now these are the positions of the spectral lines. This is fundamental, this is first overtone, this is second overtone, and this is the hot band. Now remember that while a molecule vibrates, rotation also accompany it. So our next topic will be rotating vibrator.